What if we told you that investing in full-time professionalism for the A-League women would pay for itself almost immediately? The incredible growth of women's football globally challenges our ability to retain talent, but the flip side is that the industry now offers significant football and fan revenues if we invest in our players as elite athletes. Starting with transfer fees, the booming women's market is one of the most remarkable but little noticed stories in the football industry. Since 2019, the market has basically doubled each year. We all learned the power of exponential growth during COVID, and even if this curve flattens slightly, we're looking at a market worth hundreds of millions by 2027. How much of this market can our league capture? In 2024, A-League women clubs took about 1% of global receipts. That's in a semi-professional league where less than 1 in 5 players are on multi-year contracts. If we go full pro, creating a stronger talent pool with most players locked in, we could expect to rise up the pecking order of women's leagues. If the dub moved up to the edge of the top 10, pulling in around 5% of fees like the Dutch and Belgian leagues do on the men's side, we're talking about $10 million coming into our clubs in 2027. We think our assumptions are conservative, but plug in your own. Even half this amount would make full-time pro a no-brainer by itself, especially considering the pie will keep getting bigger after that. The next big opportunity is prize money. Melbourne City got a taste of the newly lucrative AFC Women's Champions League last season. If our fully professional teams went one stage further on average in this competition, it would be worth around $500,000 annually at current prize levels. But consider that from 2028-29, the AFC will admit multiple clubs from each nation, and winning the competition will qualify our clubs for FIFA's new Global Women's Club tournaments, which are likely to provide huge windfalls. Moving first to dominate Asia with professional players is another multi-million-dollar opportunity. FIFA's World Cup club benefits are another special football revenue that's there for the taking. In 2023, Australian clubs received around $600,000, or 2.2%, of the total pot for providing players for the World Cup. But the women's pot was worth just $18 million, compared to $320 million for the men in 2022. The men's pot will be over $500 million for the next 2 cycles. So if FIFA closes the gap even slightly, a fully professional A-League women could also secure millions each cycle. Lastly, the PFA has conducted extensive market research to assess the potential size of domestic support. The headline is that fans follow progress, and professionalising the A-League women is likely to cause the same growth in support seen by the Matildas and the WSL. Conventional revenue streams and club licence values would boom as a result. Back in 2015, FFA resisted the Matildas' demands to be paid the minimum wage. With that team now arguably the game's leading economic asset, in hindsight, football should be grateful the players took a stand. Now, once again, the powers that be are sitting on a potential gold mine and worrying that a shovel might be too expensive. Only this time, we have hard evidence as well as aspiration to describe the size of the opportunity. Having previously been leaders, our players are now the worst paid across the major sports in Australia. The additional investment required from clubs to go full pro might average around $1 million per year across players, staff and other costs. The impact would be so great that no dollar in our game would have a better ROI right now. The alternative, losing more talent, squandering another home tournament, wasting our head start in Asia and watching star Matildas retire abroad rather than here, will only make the step up harder from a relatively weaker position later.